Capricorn, you could be obsessing over something right now. Either you're codependent on somebody, you're attached to someone, there's some type of lustful situation, or it's like it's something material that you want. You're like, oh, but I really, really want it. What's going on for Capricorn? Something's going to speed up. It feels like something's been moving slow. It's going to speed up and it's going to make you very happy. Like you're going to be overjoyed. Maybe you've been in your head because something is moving slow. Maybe there's somebody that you were emotionally attached to, especially if this is an earth sign or an air sign, that you had to walk away from. They wasn't going the right way, or they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. So in order for things not to fall apart for you, you had to let this go. You knew some type of responsibility or some type of burden was based off of this relationship and or this choice. You were still just kind of holding on to this heartbreak or whatever this is. So it's like, although you were keeping your defenses up towards this relationship, you were still involved somehow, some way. I don't know, somebody's dealing with the cops, or maybe somebody's dealing with the legal system. I don't know if someone's getting arrested, or but also I was saying low-key kidnapped. Maybe somebody was trying to. They felt like if they do things out of routine to get you where you wanted to go or to make you happy, they could set you up to walk you into some type of trap. Somebody was still trying to set you up. Who is this? This could be a water sign, more specifically a Scorpio. Maybe on a water sign. This is somebody who's still stuck in the past. They could drink a lot. I feel like at the point that you talk to this person, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm glad I separated. Yeah, I'm glad that this is not where it was. What else with Capricorn? You may feel like being in a relationship and or dating is a burden right now because people move slow or they do things, you know, just out of cuz they take their time. They're trying to be manipulative. It's just like, oh my goodness. There is a wish fulfillment out here. There's somebody that you are either looking out as a wish fulfillment, you secretly like side-eyeing them, or they're looking at you. You're like, oh, if I just do it one night. Either them or you. I'll come if you do it. You may be practical. You can do it. Why not? What sign is this? Alright, this could be an air sign, an earth sign, but it's definitely someone new, okay? So maybe like it's a new place, or it's a new area, it's a new person, it's a new hobby, it's someone new for sure. Okay, cool. Alright, second storyline for Capricorn. You could be heartbroken, like, dang, I don't have any more money, or I spent money, or you're heartbroken over a family member. What's going on with Capricorn? There's some type of disappointment here. Maybe on a family member. Maybe you're knowing that you're going to have to walk away for some type of stability. They're disappointed in you and how you're able to celebrate. They thought that you were being careless with some type of chance and or risk. But it seems like you fell right into where you were supposed to. You could be seeing a 444 a lot. You may be in your head a little bit about some type of ending or betrayal or something when you find out how passionate somebody was about this. How much effort they took into making you disappointed and feeling guarded. Maybe you felt like you were on the defense based off of something that this person kept doing. Yeah. So you may be in your head about it. You may feel like you don't know which action to take or what you can do in order to balance this out. It's like, how do I balance my energy? Because right now I want to go for the jugular. Like, I want to go for it ASAP. But you know that that's not stable, that's not practical, and that's not going to help you long term. So you're just going to sit back and you may not say something for a while. You're trying to release something, a part of you, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna play this out. But you also may be confused, or you're just in your head because you're like, okay, well, now I really want to know the rest of the details. Yeah. But I feel like you may accept an opportunity from someone else, and at the point that you are stuck in your head, they're going to help you get out. You guys are going to escape and go somewhere, and this is going to boost your confidence. So at the point that you feel like, oh, it's just you, you're going to run into someone else, and I'm not going to say it's like somebody going to come save you, but essentially that's what it's given. Whether masculine or feminine. I'm taking it for your story. What else for Capricorn? Okay, so there's some type of progress. I'm telling you, something's going to bring it in, that something's going to make you happy. It's like you've been waiting on something to land, or just something to be like solidified. Maybe you're traveling more. Something about sunflowers could be important. Or just the color yellow. You may be mapping out some type of details and or plans. Something about construction could be important, or construction worker, or someone who's just very particular on how they move and how they communicate. What's with this person? They may try to give you an ultimatum. They are being strategic on purpose. They want you in your head. Ultimatum about what? So it's like, oh, I want to be with you, but in order for me to be with you, you're going to have to balance out something. I can take care of the burdens. It's like, yeah, I don't want you to work, or I don't want you to have this thing. So, you know, if you want to be with me, then you're going to have to put that up, or you're going to have to stop that. Are we a kid, or are we adults? What's the outcome? Your response? It's giving you can't be serious. You're like, dang, that's how you feel. That's how you think about my work. Or that's how you feel about something that I've got to go on. Yeah, you're super fixated on like what I know or what I'm doing long term, that you're not actually taking the time to create any type of energy and or like do anything with me. Like, you may not even, I don't think it's going to hurt you that bad. You may be confused on like, what the fuck? But then you may move on. Okay? You can be trying to figure out what you want your storyline to be, either for your life, or if there's something that's coming up where you're being questioned, or you got to have some type of proof, or whatever the case may be. You're trying to figure something out. You also could actually just be going through your phone. Hopefully nobody else is going through your phone, but it's like you're looking for some type of text message, screenshot, or some type of communication, some type of detail. Alright, if you are in a relationship currently, more specifically with a fire or an air sign, somebody wants to move forward. They feel like they have the idea that this can be clear. You guys can communicate. You can get through some type of hard time. But I feel like you got some type of second guessing about this. You're like, I'm just not sure. Yeah, you're so in your head about it. You feel like you're walking yourself into a trap. Yeah, but at the same time, you want to balance out some type of heartache. Like, you don't want to feel lonely. You don't want to feel like you're sad over somebody in your past, whatever the case may be. So you do want a relationship just to cover it up. Yeah. But I feel like you know that your new start comes from you to releasing anything that's toxic, anything that's a trauma bond, anything that's just keeping you there out of codependency. This is how you get the new start. I think you already know this. You do. But there's still some type of satisfaction that you get out of either being tied to someone who's manipulative, being manipulative yourself. There's still something that makes you, feel good about it. So, like, maybe you like having multiple people. Maybe you like being able to just go from one house to the other. Or maybe you like, I don't know. But I feel like you're starting to have some type of negative thoughts when it comes to your job and or some type of lie about how things are working in your favor. It's like you're having some type of reality check. Like, okay, I am, I can't do this but for so long. I am getting older. If this is somebody that you were dealing with and you had to balance this out and walk away from them because of the betrayal, they're still being strategic. They may come back towards you, or they just may be acting like they're happy. Okay, they are. They may feel like you have some type of strength right now, like you grew your intuition and or just your emotional balance. Yeah. And though they, excuse me, and though you also have love for each other, it's like y'all are not a match and you have to release them. They see how you look at them now. Okay, what else for Virgo? You may be being a little bit passive aggressive right now, and or just like passive because you feel like you don't have anything that's yours, right? So it's like, well, I'm living with someone else, or I have to do things against someone else's terms and conditions, or whatever the case may be. You also could be low-key passive because you're not committed to anyone. It's like you're committed to doing what you want to do. But this could be an air sign around you if it's not you. Okay, this person is coming back. They are going to be passive. They are still uncommittal, but they feel like they can support you and or give you something that's going to make you feel like this can work. They also maybe tell you some type of details about a child and or a half-assed apology. You will still be juggling. You actually may still feel isolated, and this will fuck up your finances. 110%. Any type of stability that you have, any type of like, and again, it may not be tomorrow. It may be good a little bit. But then, yeah, once you get some type of communication and you get in there deep, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, now what the fuck? And you're going to be super tired and weary. And I'm not going to say older, but it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get back on your feet, stabilize. Again, somebody may come towards you and be like, hey, I think I'm pregnant. Or, if you don't wrap it up, that's what's coming. It came out again. So if you've already been sleeping with someone, especially if this is, again, a fire or a water sign, they may come and tell you that they're pregnant. Especially if it's been unprotected. And I don't know, maybe you'll tell them like, hey, how do you want to, do with this? And they're gonna be like, yeah, we can be successful. We can do this. We can be a couple. We can just, integrate ourselves moving forward. But you know you have someone else in the background too. So if you're dealing with the fire or water sign, you could have an air sign or earth sign in the background. And you're like, man, I just stopped lying to them. I just stopped. It's like I just got out of this situation where things was just getting good and I was feeling self-sufficient, and now this pops up and now I don't really know where to go now. Okay? But at the same time, maybe you knew, maybe you got a reading or something told you that you was going to have to juggle, or there was going to be some type of chaos when it comes to a relationship and or a choice that you made. And that's why you were on the road to change your life. So you may be drinking a little bit more secretly and or just kind of in your head and fearing about, okay, so when this actually comes out or when this happens, you know, how do I save, how do I hold back, and, you know, what do I create that's going to allow my business to continue to flourish. Okay? Alright, so expect that. You could be seeing 555. What else for Virgo? Next storyline for Virgo. Okay, so again, someone's pregnant. If this is not someone that's pregnant, you already have a child. And again, I feel like this someone is pregnant now, you're just confused on like, how are you going to support this, or what is this going to bring you? How is this going to bring some type of balance? You feel like you're going to be fighting for your life. You feel like, again, you're competing, or there's two different women that's, you know, that you're watching, or you kind of got your eye on, and you keep in tabs with, you communicate with, you hang out with, and it's just like, okay, well, now what? This person who's pregnant, or the person that you already had a child with, they may have some type of creative idea and or some type of new desire. This may confuse you. Yeah, because they got some type of success, or there's some type of value with them. Why was this confuse you? Because you want to go give them their flowers. You want to have a new start. But you know you're secretly burdened, or there's secretly things that you got to put together behind the scenes. And you know that this person's going to cage you off at the point that they realize how much you're juggling, or how much chaos you got, and how much work you got to do to get to the top. Maybe at one point you were supporting some type of chaos, yeah. And you're like, okay, I actually am ready to change. Something about either the 14th, the 20th, 2014, the year, or 14 to 20 days. 18 days. As early as this one. Okay. Okay, so just celebrate where you are. Even in the moments that things you feel like they're not going as smoothly as they should. Continue to play the game as you need to play the long game. But again, do it the right way. Okay, something about a hobby could be important. That may help you. Maybe you need to find a hobby. You could be seeing 1010. But something with your finances and your family may become a burden and or just feels like a lot of work. Okay, so just keep your eyes open for communication and or ideas. That way you can knock something out the park when needed. Okay? Alright, last message for Virgo. You got some good energy to you right now. It's like you don't really have to be strategic. You can kind of just get out of your head, allow things to play out. Things are kind of just coming together as they should. You have some type of community that's helping you when it comes to something, but I'm telling you, you have two people that pops out every single time. Maybe something's going on with your friend. If this is not you, you could have a friend. Hopefully they're not in an emergency situation, good or bad, or maybe the police, I don't know. But what's going on with this friend? They're trying to release some type of burden. Somebody could be pregnant. Oh, child. So water sign. This water sign could have someone pregnant. I hope you're not dealing with the same type of person or the same actual woman. But you definitely got too many people around you. Start with that, okay? You definitely could be leaving the door open for someone, Taurus. It's like, yeah, you should come over, or you're prepping to meet someone or date someone. Somebody's prepping to meet and or date you. What's going on with Taurus? Alright, you may not feel as protected as you need to, but something is healing. Something is actually going to allow you to break away from something moving slowly. You just may have a headache, or you may be in your head about the process. You could be feeling vulnerable, but you're not sure which action to take. But at the same time, you're waiting on results. You're waiting on something to like show you, like, yes, this is the green light. This is when to go. This is when to come out of your shell. But I feel like you're already headed there anyway. Once you come out of your shell, this is when things are going to speed up for you. You're definitely going to be able to celebrate either a home, maybe something that you've been saving for, a big purchase. Maybe you're actually going to connect with someone, and it's going to be a really good time. Maybe at this point in time that you meet this person, you may be in your head about your stability and or like, okay, well, I can't believe that something actually worked, or I can't believe that I'm actually celebrating and I'm able to save or move forward. Like there's some type of good news. But at the same time, you're in your head because you may feel alone, or you feel like you don't really know who to celebrate this with. Yeah. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to be in my head. I don't want to be fighting over, you know, where to go or what's coming in. So I'm going to reach out to someone that you think is practical. This could be a fire or an earth sign. This could be a friend or just someone that you're watching on social media. Maybe you've had your eye on them for a while. Or maybe they're friends with someone you know. They went through some type of transition, or they, you know, things kind of shook up and you're just like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to communicate with this person. I'm going to step back. But then you've seen them get to work and they started to build their legacy and or balance some type of chaos out. And now you have some type of idea or thoughts about why something was in balance. And you see this person is strong. You see how they were able to get through some type of manipulation tactics and or find some type of balance. Or this is how they see you. Okay? So it would be a wish fulfillment if you come through. they would love for that to happen. But somebody may be inviting you out in or in. So, alright. What else is going on for Taurus? Giving birthday sex? Oh, God. You could be dealing with a mother figure. Your mother, a stepmother, a baby's mom, a friend who's a mother. Maybe you're trying to figure out what's to come when it comes to them. Maybe they're progressing by themselves. You feel like they're not listening to themselves. They're holding back on something and they just so out of pocket. It's like you can't help but to just let them go. There's still some type of attachment you have with this person. And of course, if it's your own mom, there's some attachments there. But, you know, you have to walk away and just kind of let the nest be what it is. But it's also given if this is a person that you were dating, there's some type of attachment to their kids. Yeah. You feel like you created a system or you created some type of, like, respect or order when it comes to them. What's going on for Taurus? Make sure you're not too fixated on being vindicated right now. Just kind of see how things play out long term. If somebody went towards someone else, if they felt like, oh yeah, this will work, you know, we'll get married, or, you know, we'll integrate our lives, or whatever the case may be, especially if this is a fire sign. This person who's a fire sign, they don't really know what to do from here. Then when it comes to this relationship and or just their own actions. They're heavily in their head. So I don't think you need to be worried about this at all. Continue to work slowly but meticulously towards what you want and or what's coming towards you. You could be working out soon and or more. Maybe you'll meet somebody at the gym. But I feel like whatever you're doing, even if you do something online, there's going to be some type of success and or recognition to it. If you have more than one woman in your life, this could be a mother figure and a baby's mom, or somebody that you dated before that your mother figure still wants you to figure something out with. When it comes to this person, they may come towards you for a new start. Oh, like, oh, I was just running into you. Or, oh, you know, I was just kind of checking and seeing how the temperature was, seeing how you were. They're just trying to figure out who you're dating, if, you know, you got any type of competition when it comes to them. If you'd be more willing to accept your opportunity, okay? So expect a message from this other woman. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm just out and about. I'm having a good time with my friends and da-da-da-da-da. Balance your emotions. You don't need to get in your head. Yes, they've been watching you secretly or through some type of fake page. They are secretly sad as well. And they want to see if they can start something new with you. It's still going to end in a betrayal and or a loss for you mentally if you go back. Okay? All right. Final messages for Taurus. You may have some friends around you that are not supportive. They're very one-sided. They're strings attached. You may need to walk away. Absolutely. This could be someone that didn't support you when you went through some type of financial loss, even though they could have. They looked at it as a bad investment. Or maybe you know this about someone that you is a friends with, or that's in someone else's friendship, and you want to just tell them about it. But I feel like if this is you, right, and somebody is wasn't really helping you, and you got some type of self-discipline, even in the point that there was delays, you knew how to stay focused and or keep going, this angers them. They don't know how to feel about it now. Because they know that they were wrong. They know that they were narrow-minded. They were insecure. Easily influenced. Absolutely. And now they feel like they've missed a chance, or they're about to. Again, this could be a friend. This could be somebody that you were in a relationship with. Somebody that you were in business with. But I feel like you're about to stabilize. You're about to avert some type of issue. And, you know, it took you some strength. It wasn't easy. But you got through it. Absolutely. And now that you're able to focus, it's like anything that somebody comes to you to try to compete that and or block that, you know how to avert it as well. You're trusting yourself. Good job.